Do you want to be included? Do you want to... I love you. I love you. I have some pretty weird habits. Not all of these are habits. I guess a couple of them are more like experiences. And some of them are pretty niche. I personally hate when people are like, am I just like the only one that... Yes, Sarah, you are the only one that likes a shot of espresso in your vanilla bean cream frappuccino. But I feel like these are like a little bit, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's hypocritical and very self-unaware of me to wonder if other people do these things or have these experiences, but I'm here, I'm gonna do it anyway. So I feel like the first one is pretty universal, but when I have a split end on my hair, I will pull off like the weaker, inevitably going to break off part in such a way to where it can be as long as possible before it snaps. I don't know, it's kind of like a little trophy. Like, look how careful and intricate you were with the way that you continued to damage your hair. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people do that. Next, I have my teeth clicking thing. I was afraid of disturbing others with my hand if I had a rhythm in my head, and this has been since childhood. So if I had like a rhythm in my head or something, the most discreet way I could do that and repeat that over and over again is to do it with my teeth. So it looks like I'd be chewing something and people would be like, what do you have? So my plan of not really disturbing people didn't work. I eventually made the movement very small so that it was even more discreet. But yeah, I could do like polyrhythms and stuff and like keep time with one of my hands and like do like a crazy polyrhythm in here. What that mouth do? Percussion, triplets over 5. So yeah, that's my teeth thing. I'm not gonna demonstrate it on here because first of all, it's not visually interesting. Second of all, what if you have misophonia? Then you'll stop watching the video and you'll hate me forever. Next, this is more of an experience that I experience. I didn't always have this problem, but and I kind of got over it, but I hated. There was a point in my life where I became very conscious of my eyes being closed and still blinking. Why am I blinking when my eyes are already closed? The point of a blink is to wet eyes. The eyes don't get dry behind the lids, right? Unless they do. Somebody's not telling me everything. They're my eyes. Why don't I know everything about them? Anyway, I just really don't like that my eyes are closed and I still blink. It got so bad, it got to the degree to where I could not sleep. Now this one I think a lot of people do. Like on the sidewalk, I have to start on my left foot. Well, I don't do this anymore. Sometimes if I think about it, then it'll kind of come back. But for the most part, I've grown out of it. Not everyone does, and that's okay. I will start on my left. So you know how like concrete, like cement, like sidewalks, they're separated by like slabs, so there's like lines in between the squares. I have to start, so after the line I have to start on my left foot, my left, and I'll start on there. I have to take an even number of steps in each slab before I can move on to the next one, and then I have to start on the next one on my left again. Next, this is a habit that I was told by my coworker that I have. He says that when I am idle, I kind of stand around like Mr. Burns, you know, this guy right here. I don't realize that I'm doing it. And you know what? Anytime I'm brushing my teeth, like I'll use my right hand to brush my teeth, and like the other one will be in Mr. Burns / T-Rex mode. I don't know why my brain decides that that's where my arms should rest, like when they're being neutral, but okay, my last 3 I think are pretty specific to me, but this one might not be so bad. It's not bad, it's just whatever. Anytime I have a burger or a sandwich or, you know, some food adjacent to that, I have to eat it in a circle. Let me explain. So I start on the outside, right? Like the first bite, right? There's still like the crust and like the bun is entirely intact, the bread part is intact. I take the first bite. I don't know if I move left or right first. I think it just depends on like where the contents are. I will avoid the contents. Like if there's like meat sticking out on one side, I'll go to the other way. I think that's what it's contingent upon. But I just have to go in a circle until the middle is left, until the center is left. And that's just how I eat sandwich type amalgamations. I can't do it the other way. I don't know if it's because the food like touches my face after that first bite or something, but I I don't know. It's nice and it's like a reward because you just get like all the good bits from the middle, you know? You know what? I don't need to explain myself to you, so I'm not going to. This one is pretty sensitive for me actually, just because I was made to be embarrassed by it by someone when I was growing up. So, villain origin story aside, I'm gonna do it on camera. And relive all the times that I was called a slur as a 5-year-old. I will sway my head in a figure 8 with my nose kind of drawing the figure 8 in the air. It's very comforting. I don't know if it's like the rocking movement or like that it's smooth. I don't do it necessarily when I'm panicked. I find that I do it more when I'm content. And I only do it when no one is around because I'm embarrassed. I mean, I say that and then I'm like putting this out for anyone to see. It's different, and maybe someone can look into my psyche and explain why, but I don't know. Anyway, that's my figure 8 sway. I don't know how else to describe it other than that, so yeah. And then finally, I've only told like 3 people that I know in real life about this, and they're all people that I like really trust. It's not like creepy or weird or anything, it's hard for me to explain, but I'm gonna do my best. It's probably not that hard to explain, I'm just gonna explain it the way. I've never found words for it. I've never realized that I did this thing, that my brain just does this thing that maybe a handful of others do. And I would like to know if you do this too, because it drives me crazy sometimes. Someone worded it to me as metering words out. I will meter out phrases or sentences or even just singular words in my head and then repeat it over and over again, kind of like a song. I won't make a melody to it, it's just the rhythm, and it's just that sentence or phrase or word. So say someone says, I have a terrible headache. I have a terrible headache. It's in 6/8, right? Like it just, and I kind of even said it like in 6/8 on accident, but I mean, it's always on accident. People are never saying it in rhythm on purpose. I will just catch it and my head will be like, whoa, there it is. And then it repeats it over and over and over again until like, and this happens like a couple of times a day, typically. When I'm just listening to people, and I don't know, it kind of drives me a little bit like I want it to get out of my head, so I'll speed it up a bunch of times so that maybe my brain is content with the number of times that it's heard it, but that doesn't always make it better. I don't know. It's kind of comforting sometimes, but other times it's really annoying. But with that, those are all the weird habits that I have, or very hyper-specific experiences. I think only like the last 3 are really particularly particular. The rest of them I can see other people doing, but the last 3 I feel like you exist out there, but I'm having a hard time like comprehending that is true or the case. Anyway, if you have some really hyper-specific niche experiences or like habits that you have, I would love to hear about them. Do you like that you do these things? Do you not like that you do these things? Have you met other people that share these things and have you like felt better because of it? I know that I feel better just by talking about it. So thanks for letting me talk about it. And yeah, I think that's all from me for now. I don't really know how to sign off. So bye, see you later.